Did some sketchy jailhouse snitches send 3 innocent men to prison for murder?
My name is Jonathan Thomas, one of the Salem Three. I'm currently in New Jersey State Prison for a crime we did not commit.
Meet Jonathan Thomas, Mar Butler, and Antoine Parsley. They call themselves the Salem Three, and they've been behind bars for 15 years.
These guys are serving life sentences for what officials called the premeditated, cold-blooded murder of this guy, Joseph Hayes, in 2008.
But what if cops got it all wrong? Prosecutors say the Salem Three killed Hayes to shut him up after he got them in trouble in another criminal case, shooting him 7 times at the back door of this apartment in South Jersey as payback. Hayes was a young father, and his girlfriend and kid were right upstairs when he was shot. People were scared and angry.
But the cops had nothing to go on here. No physical evidence linking these guys to the scene, no cameras, no fingerprints, no DNA. The case went cold for 4 years. Then came the snitches.
2 jailhouse witnesses and a confidential informant said they heard these guys basically confessing to the murder. One said Parsley bragged about it over a game of Call of Duty. This entire case is built on these witnesses, and their stories don't always add up. So who were they? Well, the simplest explanation comes from these 2 judges who shot down Thomas when he asked for a new trial, even though they acknowledged serious problems with the witnesses that put these guys behind bars. Quote, all 5 had prior convictions. 3 had pending cooperative agreements with the state. 2 recanted, and 1 had a vision impairment. Did you catch all that? Let me try it again. All 5 witnesses had some credibility concerns. 3 were looking for better deals in their own criminal cases for helping out prosecutors. 2 of them outright admitted they were lying, and 1 couldn't see so good.
Jailhouse informants can be a sketchy way to crack a murder case. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but would you brag about your crime in jail before trial?
The Salem County Prosecutor's Office declined to talk about this case with me, citing a pending appeal. But in court papers, they insist, regardless of how they proved it, they got the case right. These were guys with criminal records and reputations. Even Thomas says he can see how he was a convenient suspect.
I was in the streets, I was involved in street activities, you know what I'm saying? So it was easy to tie me into these allegations, but the day I wake up in here is hell.
And he says the story that put him in prison makes no sense. Prosecutor said the motive was revenge for Hayes talking to cops.
I received probation for that case. I had no reason to retaliate. I did no jail time. I had no ill will against this man.
Thomas says he was at a party that night for a friend who just released a new album. Here's the flyer, and he's got witnesses that put him right on the dance floor the night of the murder.
Still, this case is no slam dunk. Wrongful convictions are hard to overturn, and the Salem Three have already spent the last 15 years trying to prove their innocence. But now they say they've got something police missed all those years ago, the actual killers. Attorneys for the Salem Three say 2 other men killed Hayes in a dispute over money, including a guy who called Hayes' cell phone moments before he was murdered. We're not naming these guys here because they haven't been criminally charged in the case.
Prosecutors say this theory is bogus, and they question why the Salem Three's alibi witnesses didn't come forward sooner, saying their testimony just isn't enough to throw out a guilty verdict in a murder case.